Art can inspire creativity and help us to understand our world better. Studies have shown that art appreciation can even improve mental health. For James Tughan and other artists in Portage, a group of Christian professional artists and art educators, much of the art they create comes from a place of struggle and sometimes trauma.
Light is so soft in it.
James knows this firsthand. The idea for his latest art installation came to him after he suffered a near-fatal heart attack.
A year ago, December, I had a heart attack. I didn't even know I'd had a heart attack, but I wound up in ICU. A month later, I had a VTAC, which is an extreme arrhythmia that just about took me out of the planet.
While in hospital recovering, James had an idea.
All of a sudden, Hezekiah's name came to my mind. And for everyone who knows a little bit about their Old Testament, Hezekiah was one of those good kings. And while his city was being besieged by the Assyrians, he got really deathly ill and asked God for more time. And he was healed miraculously. God gave him 15 years. And he took that time to do something really smart and creative. For those of you out there who know the city of Jerusalem at all, the Gihon spring is on the perimeter of the city of David on the eastern side of it, but it's in a very vulnerable spot. If an invader can cut off that water supply, it could starve out the city. Hezekiah fortified that and then dug a tunnel underground about 1.5 miles long, and it comes out the other end at the Pool of Siloam. So the Pool of Siloam will be familiar to anyone who knows their New Testament as a place that became associated with miracles. I suddenly had this idea about building a tunnel that works like a maze that you have to walk through, and then surrounding this interactive display with images about drought and water. Since our group in Portage, we're all different kinds of disciplines of artists, visual artists. If we all worked on this and gave people an experience of having nothing and having everything, maybe we could flip a switch and help people to understand that knowing the Lord means having mental health.
I got a few plugs I have to say.
Our group Portage is trying to do something similar to what Hezekiah was trying to do for his city. We are trying to help the church understand that they have a hidden resource in creative people, artistic people, that they need to have more involved, more visibly involved, and that's of enormous therapeutic value to the community of faith.
So these ones are going to be a bit different because they are curved, not straight.
So the idea at first struck me as being really interesting metaphorically. That's something I can get behind because most of us in Portage, especially, most of us beyond that, we've been through something. We've been through some struggles, some hard things, some journey that has some story that's been uncomfortable, to say the least. And we've processed that through our art. So the concept of tapping into life-giving source of water, there's a metaphor there that all of us can really reach for and identify with.
After many design discussions, a final prototype was created.
The tunnel will not be straight. It will wind something like a maze. The fabric in the tunnel will be created by people who sew across the country in different kinds of color and patterns. So, and when you go in the tunnel, at one end of the gallery or the space, the artwork will be about drought and shortages of water. And when you come out the other end, it will be the reverse. So on the wall will be images I'm painting or drawing or whatever it is of the beauty of just looking at water. we believe that metaphor has a lot of power. And the first evidence of that is how Jesus used it. He let images speak for themselves, even to the point where people didn't quite get it right away. What we want to do is create the association that the most powerful thirst that people have in general is to feel like they belong, that they're loved, and that their life has meaning, and that our belief is that we find that in relationship to God.